Hello everyone, and we're continuing from the last video where we basically put a lot of the structure necessary to make this whole thing work, but ultimately we did not continue with implementing the actual flashing mechanism, and we still, I believe, have our time frame right here. So what I'm going to want to do is, let's grab our head again and go into our script. And what I'm thinking of doing for this is storing how much time has passed, and when we hit that, let's see, what is it, 15-second range. Between the 15-second range, we're going to do a couple different things. We're going to randomly determine whether or not we're going to flash once really quickly, or maybe twice really quickly, or something like that. And then we're going to move on to the next phase. We're going to decide whether or not we're going to flash, and how quickly, or that is, the duration between flashes is actually what's important here, not the actual flash duration, because that's going to be the same regardless. So let's figure this out. We're going to create a new function. We're not going to do this stuff in onUpdate, just because this is needless. I mean, there's no reason to constantly call this method, because 9 times out of 10, this is not even going to be happening. So we're going to actually do this within our enumerator in here. And we're going to call another function to make this work. So let's call private void light show. Why not? We could make this a separate coroutine if we wanted to and fire that off. Yeah, you know, why don't we do that? Let's try it. We'll do a coroutine from a coroutine. So the idea is, while this happens, when we get to this part, which is after 13 seconds, things get enabled, and we're going to start our light show. So we'll do a start coroutine, and that's going to be light show. Light show is going to feature some variables that make it so... what am I doing here? Only one return type, please. Thank you. So light show is going to last for light show is going to last for our total duration, which is going to be, let's see, 13 seconds. What was it? 15 seconds. Let's look. So this is going to goes for 15 seconds. We need to make sure we record that time that's passed. So let's do float time passed, or current duration, or whatever you want to call it, is equal to 0.0 at start, and then we are going to want to continue to update that value over time. We're going to do this within a while loop, and while current duration is less than our 15 seconds, we're going to keep doing this. Now this isn't going to be perfectly accurate, obviously, but it's going to be pretty close with how many times this thing gets called within each frame. So let's do a yield nope. Let's do a yield return null, so we get to the next frame. And before we do that, let's do current duration plus equals time dot delta time. So that's the way that we'll keep going until we hit that 15-second milestone. Now, what do we do in that meantime? Well, we're going to do a couple things, and that's mainly going to revolve around these two elements right here. Let's go ahead and grab them and just paste them in. Not that we're going to use it as it is. I'm going to get rid of update, because quite frankly, we don't need it. There we are. So what we're going to want to do is, obviously, we need to modify these values, but we want to do this randomly, but within a certain time frame. That is, I want segments of randomness to be, well, let's take a look at that video again, because quite frankly, I can't really remember. So we'll do FNAF. Flashes are pretty quick, less than a second, maybe a quarter of a second or so. Let's just try randomizing it first, and if that's not good, we'll try binning it into different stochastic, probabilities of whether or not it should or shouldn't go off. Meaning, more frequent stuttering will be less likely, and less frequent stuttering would be more likely. I'm just going to try something. Let's do bool busy equals true. Let's just shutter the thing. Let's get a random. Let's do random is equal to, wrong language. Is this the right language? I think I'm in Java land at the moment. No, not that. New random. Does that work? Am I in Java land or C# land? I can't remember. Random dot, as I thought I would. So we're just going to call random. Sorry about that. I'm half in Java land at the moment. Random dot get. Can I get something? Let's do a random range. And let's do that between, I don't know, 0 and 100. And if, what is this, float random value is equal to this, random value is less than 70, then we're going to turn everything off, else we're going to turn everything on. So we're going to need to grab the emissive color. We're also going to need to probably, emissive should be off or on fully, so I really don't need to worry about that. So let's just grab this and grab that, get rid of this, And actually, I don't even really need to do that, do I? Really just need to do set color. So let's do set color. And inside of here, let's create 2 new colors. So color eyes on is equal to new color. And that new color is going to be 111. Wrong IDE, George. What is it? There we are. You know what? Sorry about this, everyone. Jumping back and forth between different programs is messing with me, and I've been doing a lot of Java stuff in Android. There's color eyes on and color eyes off, which is just going to be 000. Actually, is there a color that does that automatically, a statically dot black? Yay, hey, okay, we're going to use that one. And actually then, shouldn't white do the same? So let's do white, dot white, yes, okay. Never mind, we don't need to store these values at all, we have them for our use. So let's do set color. This is going to take the property and of course the color. And come on, you can do it. There you go. And let's do color dot, and this is the lower range, so this is going to be black. Right. That is the off range. The off range has a higher likelihood, probability of occurring. Oh, sorry, I left these things in here. Yeah, that's a problem. We're not getting them, we're setting them. There we are. And let's do the same thing with down here. Let's learn from our mistakes and tab on over. And white, this is going to be white. So color.white. This may or may not work. If it doesn't work, I can change my ranges. I can do all kinds of stuff to make this work better. I was thinking about doing some sort of Boolean thing where I'll wait and pause for a few moments and then turn it back on, but let's see what we get. Obviously it's randomized, so it's going to be different every time. Did I screw something up? Yes and yes, there we are. Okay, setters are set. This is going to return. This is going to last for 15 seconds before we're done. This is a problem because we're no longer needing it. Oh, wait. Oh, floats, ints, deprecated. Random.randomRange is obsolete. Use random.range. Okay, let's use random.range. I'm glad they saw that having the name random.range is, you know, a little superfluous. So, great. Thank you, Unity, for doing amazing things like this engine. Okay, so that's going to happen. This is going to do this. It's going to return null each time. We're going to get out of this thing. We're going to need to wait for that duration, though, before this coroutine occurs. So we start that coroutine, and then we wait for it to basically end, but not really, you know, whatever we want to do. And then we need to fritz those lights on and off for, what was it, 2 seconds? So fritz out lights for 2 seconds. Now before we get to that, let's make sure things are actually functioning. Now I don't have my Vive and everything hooked up, but maybe this will work anyway? Fingers crossed. Now, actually, is this method going to, ooh, wow, lots of errors about the VR stuff. Maybe that's not good. Maybe I need to set up my system after all. I need to start the sequence. So why don't we just make this happen? So within start, let's go ahead and pop off that coroutine. Let's do start, coroutine, and the coroutine is going to be start power out sequence. The idea being that we'll replace this later on. Okay. Yep, stop. Save. Come on back in. Hit run. And let's go to the scene view. Oh, the renderer. Oh, yeah, sorry. We were going to deal with that, weren't we? The fact that the renderer isn't there. The reality is I need to grab all of the children of that object and turn them off. If I remember correctly, a script is inactive. So you know what I want to do? I want to kind of divorce the script from the actual head. Let's create a game object, create empty, and call this lights out sequence. So let's grab this and put this under there. Go back to here, and it's gone. The references have been kept. That's actually pretty cool. All right, so we have our head, and we have the lights out sequence. So within the lights out sequence, we're not going to want to mess with the renderer. Instead, we're actually going to turn the entire thing off, the game object itself. So let's do dot active is equal to false. And let's see, deprecated. So set active. Okay. If you're annoyed by that sound, that's my cat using the litter box. Let's come back in now and hit run. Oh, missing component. There's no renderer attached. Let's go to that. And this is the problem. So I don't want to do that. I want to do dot set active, and that has to be true. There we go. Save on that and hit run again. All right, the light turned on, or at least it's active, but I'm not seeing anything actually occur. Okay, you know what? Let's make this easier to diagnose by using debug logs and start power sequence. So let's do a debug.log, and let's do starting light show. Okay, grab that, and 13 seconds till light show. Great. Let's make this something halfway even for the moment while we're debugging. If random value is less than 50, this, otherwise this. Light intensity, oh, that's a problem. Light intensity is always 0. That should be modulated based upon what we choose. So let's do, if this is that, then it's 0, otherwise it is, I don't know, 5.0f. All right, and current duration, and we yield until it's over. Let's see what happens. 13 seconds till light show. All right, light show started, and nothing's happening. So all that's active. Where's the light? All right, let's turn that off. Zoom on in. Wow, okay, no wonder I couldn't see anything. Let's try this again. Oh, geez. Yep, that is, that's sporadic. Okay, it's working. I thought it would work. I just don't understand. All right, let's do 80% off, 20% on, and try this again. Jeez. That's creepy. Might be a bit much still. So let's continue to reduce the likeliness of this occurring and try again. I like it though. The eyes though don't seem to be doing what I need them to do. So let's see if we can find out what's going on here. Okay, maybe not quite right. Let's do 85. So the emission color, maybe 5's too strong. Let's reduce that to 3. And I'm worried about the emission color. So let's take a look at that really quick. Open up the shader and manually edit it. So emission, here we go. So if it's, oh wow, okay. Yeah, I think I was wrong. Emission color is not what I want to edit. Really what I want to do is make sure no lighting gets calculated. So let's actually remove the emission values for the moment. So you guys can go, and you guys can go as well. I'm sorry, we'll just go with the light intensities for now. You know, what happens if we remove the door? What do we see? Oh, that's pretty creepy. I wonder what'll happen if we move the light in front of the face instead. Alright, so let's move this thing in front of the face and see what we get instead. And I think that's going to be far creepier. Oh yeah, that's creepy. Okay, we're going to go with, I think we're going to go with that instead. Unfortunately, because I decided to do that during play mode, I lost everything I was working on. So anyway, there we are. There's the face. It's creepy. Let's hit run again and see what happens. Turn this stuff off, grab the door, and turn it off, because it'll be open in the actual game. And turn lighting back on. Yeah, I think I like that. It's not quite what FNAF is, but I think that's pretty creepy. Alright, we're going to go with that. In the next video, we'll of course unite this with the actual scene, but for right now we actually have exactly what we need. A delay, some crazy stuff happening, and of course we need to deal with the light on the top of the area, but that's for the next video. Hope you enjoyed it, everyone. I'll see you next time. So long, goodbye.